Hi guys, I'm Hawthorn. Welcome to my video on how to get a clean or lead boost using the Victory Sheriff amplifiers. So this is a question that I've seen come up quite a lot online, particularly on YouTube and Facebook. And people seem to be struggling to get a decent boost when using these amps. The main reason for that is because of the post-phase inverter master volume. Which makes it really easy to get great overdrive sounds at lower volumes, but it also means that you can't boost in the traditional way of sticking a clean boost pedal in the FX loop. That's because there's not enough headroom a lot of the time, unless you turn up the master volume really high, as we'll see later on. So I just thought I'd go through a few different ways that I've found that you can achieve a decent boost using these amps, and hopefully you guys will find it helpful. Okay, so this first method that we're going to look at, it seems to be quite a popular one. I know Mick Taylor uses this. I've seen him talking about it on the Victory group on Facebook, and it involves putting an overdrive pedal in the effects loop of the amp. But instead of using the overdrive pedal to boost the sound, you actually use it to give you a volume drop. So you switch the pedal on for your rhythm parts and then switch it off for the lead parts. So to do this, what you want to do is you want to set up your lead tone first, using just the amp, just the Sheriff, with all the gain and as loud as you need it to be for your lead sections and your solos. Then with the overdrive pedal, you want to set the level so that it gives you a good volume drop, and then match the gain so that you've got the same amount of gain when the pedal is engaged and when the pedal is switched off, so that you got the same amount of overdrive with both settings there. Then you want to use your tone control on the overdrive pedal to match the tone of the amp. So really you want to be using a transparent overdrive pedal, something like a Timmy overdrive. That's what I'm using for this now. Nice and transparent, doesn't colour the tone too much at all. So I've got that set with the level set about literally like 2, so like about 7 or 8 o'clock, and then the gain set at about 3, so just around 9 o'clock, and that gives me a nice volume drop and maintains the same amount of gain as when the pedal is switched off. And then I've used the tone controls to match the tone, and I've actually got the bass and treble cuts turned all the way down, as that seemed to give me the most transparent tone using this method. So I'm going to play a bit on my channel 2. I'll use the bridge pickup of the Strat, and I'll switch between the pedal and just the amp as well. So. Okay, so the second method that we're going to look at, it's kind of more like the traditional method of sticking a boost pedal in the effects loop of the amp, but the key here is that you really want to have the master volume set quite high, or maxed out if possible, as that will give you the most headroom and give you the most chance of the boost really giving you a proper volume boost rather than oversaturating the tone. So I've got the Sheriff set on channel 1 right now. Master volume maxed out, and the spark boost is set with the level at about 9 or 10 o'clock. So I'm going to play a bit on channel 1 and then I'll switch to channel 2 so you can hear that as well. So this next method, it might not apply to all Sheriff users, but it's still a useful one to know, particularly if you're ever in a studio environment or if you're doing a live gig where you're going straight to the sound desk and not miking up a cab. So if you was using a cab simulator instead. So I've got the Sheriff set up now with the master volume turned down to 12 o'clock. I'm then going out from the Sheriff into the Sir Reactive load, which is a load box, and then from there I'm going into the Line 6 Helix, where I've got an impulse response loaded for my cab simulation. The Line 6 Helix has its own effects loops, which means I can then put the spark boost into the effects loop of the Helix and place the spark boost after the impulse response. So doing this means that any boost from the spark boost is going to be crystal clear, no extra saturation or distortion, which is great because if you want a pure clean boost for your clean tones or for your lead tones, and you want to maintain the tone of the amp but purely boost the volume, then this works really well. Obviously you need to have some kind of cab simulation which allows you to place the spark boost after it. So I think the 2 notes torpedo stuff, you should be able to do a similar kind of thing with that. The Sir Ace cab simulator, even the atomic amplifier, I think you can load IRs into that. So anything where you can run pedals after the cab sim or in an effects loop or something similar. You might have to adapt it slightly, but it's the same kind of principle. So yeah, I'm going to play a little anyway so you can hear an example.